Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Cage Chat. Now we have got some breaking news, but before we get into the video, drop a like and subscribe to Cage Chat for more UFC content. Now today was finally the Nevada Commission's committee for Khabib and Conor McGregor for UFC 229. As we remember, there was the infamous brawl after the fight, after Khabib did get a 4-round victory by submission. So yes, it's been going on for a few months now. It was meant to happen in November, but they postponed it a couple months. And we come to our conclusion. Now, Khabib Nurmagomedov has got a 9-month suspension and a $500,000 fine to pay off. Now, that 9-month suspension will be reduced to a 6-month suspension should he take part in an anti-bullying sort of advertisement for the Las Vegas Police Department, that is. Now that does sound a little ridiculous. It sounds a bit petty, but of course Khabib is one of the biggest stars in the UFC now, mainly due to that Conor McGregor fight and being lightweight champion, as well as his undefeated streak. Now personally, I think you either give him a 9-month suspension outright with the fine itself, or you give him a 6-month suspension outright and make him do the advertisement within that 6 months as well. Now for Conor McGregor, he has got a 6-month suspension and a $50,000 fine, which for him is obviously not that much money for him to spend after what he earned from both Khabib and Mayweather fights previously. Now for me, a 6-month suspension is fair for him after what happened, the commotion after the fight. Of course, he did throw some punches after being attacked. There was a lot of talk about him throwing the first punch before it all escalated inside Nevada and inside the T-Mobile Arena. Now the committee has stated that they will start their suspensions from the date of the fight, so both will be, Khabib will be back around between August and October time, and Conor McGregor's 6-month suspension does finish just after International Fight Week. Now I think if he has a merit and good behaviour, they might be able to find a leniency way to deduce that and make him maybe the main event or co-main event of International Fight Week's UFC card, which of course is always one of the big ones of the year. Now what does it mean for the lightweight division? Do we get an interim champion until Khabib is cleared, or do we strip him of the title? Now of course Tony Ferguson was interim champion in between the Conor McGregor stint and Khabib stint, and that was where we was at for UFC 223 before he got injured. So personally I do believe he is number one to get the next call up, whether that's for an undisputed title should Khabib get stripped, or an interim title. Now the point with an interim title is, who do you get in? Conor McGregor is suspended up until July, maybe August even, once he gets back into competition, that is. Personally I'd like to see, it's a hard one. If you did Conor and Tony, which would be the interim fight, probably, you'd have to say that happens post suspension, and by then Khabib would only be a 2 or 3 month from returning. So maybe it's best to keep it as just an undisputed title, as it's only really Tony Ferguson at the moment who deserves a title shot. Conor McGregor doesn't really deserve a rematch, but them two fighting out for an interim title would make him eligible for a rematch, I believe, for Khabib Nurmagomedov should he win that match. So yes, they have got 2 of the biggest stars out, but one star who is returning is Jon Jones. Now of course we have the controversy of picograms in UFC 232. Of course the whole card got moved from Vegas, with Nevada not giving him a license to fight and causing that event to be changed to California for a venue. Now they have come back, and on the same day they broke the news that he will be granted a 1-fight license for UFC 235, we will take on Anthony Smith. And that means we are probably going to get the best card of the year at UFC 235 with the likes of Tyron Woodley on there, and Jon Jones, Anthony Smith, Kamaru Usman, Ben Askren's debut, Robbie Lawler's return. So it's a fantastic card, and they've really put a lot of money into this, and giving him that license probably benefits Nevada as a state just as much as it benefits the UFC and fight fans alike. And Anthony Smith as well, he deserves a title shot. Now they said they will be testing him twice a month, and should the level of picograms in the metabolite rise, then he will be pulled from the card. Now I don't believe that will happen, and I don't believe he'll be foolish enough to let that happen. He will also be made to pay for all tests that he does from now on till the fight, and then constant and continuous testing post-fight should it all go ahead as planned. So yes, a big day for the UFC. We have 3 stars, 2 of them suspended, 1 of them cleared, but with a mark next to his name because of the use of PEDs or steroids and a metabolite which is still in his system and has been for the past 18 months apparently. Of course, he did fail a VADA test after passing both the USADA test and the California State Athletic Committee's test. So yes, that is my roundup of the breaking news that we had today. It'd be exciting to see Conor back in the cage in 2019 along with John Jones and the Nurmagomedov post-suspension, of course, for the lightweight championship, where he'd probably get a rematch, or as I said, Tony Ferguson deserves that, or even Cowboy Cerrone, depending on how that works out this year for him. So yes, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode of Cage Chat.